Hello everyone. Today we look at markets and the characteristics of these markets. We have four main market structures that we have to understand. The first one, perfect competition. Number two, monopolistic competition. Number three, monopoly. And number four, oligopoly. Let's try to understand the various features that make up these markets. Broadly, we characterize these markets on the basis of the number of buyers and sellers, the entry and exit conditions that exist in the market, how differentiated are the products, how integrated are they in regard to the production process, and whether firms have a diversified nature of activities or whether they are concentrated. So these are the describing features of a market. The first one we look is the most difficult of all, where there are several buyers and sellers in this perfect competition. No individual can influence price. So everybody is a price taker. The market is determined by the forces of demand and supply totally. There is free entry, free exit, and there is the perfect mobility of resources. The product is homogeneous, and it does not matter to the buyer or the seller because the product is homogeneous. The consumer is indifferent to the seller, and the seller has no special preference. There is existing capacity, so if there is a demand, automatically the forces of supply react to bring the prices down. So everybody is a price taker. Consumers are rational, they are aware, and there are no hidden costs. So these are the features of a perfect competition. Very difficult to have perfect competition. Market structure identified. The nearest that comes is the vegetable market or the fish market or the foreign exchange market. Take the case of foreign exchange market where a rupee dollar value is determined by innumerable suppliers and innumerable buyers acting on a network basis, either on the Reuters system or on the Bloomberg system or similar. So all are price takers. There are n number of changes in a second on the prices between dollar and the rupee. So also dollar versus any currency. So you would find that the nearest that comes approximation of perfect competition would be foreign exchange market. Similarly for vegetable markets, you would have number of sellers and number of buyers. So the prices are determined by the forces of demand and supply. As against this, in stark contrast, we have a single seller monopoly, where there are no close substitutes. People cannot just enter or exit that market. And the privileged access is for the monopolists. There the monopoly firm enjoys the same demand curve as the market demand curve. There might be a large number of buyers, but there is only one seller. Nevertheless, one must understand that he cannot charge whatever he wants because the market will resist. Even if though he is a solo seller, there could be market forces that resist any price up movements, and therefore he has to be conscious. The monopoly firm has to be conscious, or the monopoly seller has to be conscious of this. Now, a variant is monopolistic, where the product may be homogeneous but differentiated. It may be identical, but it cannot be 100% homogeneous. There is some differentiation brought about. This differentiation in the product is making it possible for one product to come out of one final source. So if you are looking for a Colgate total experience, or if you are looking for Signal toothpaste which has got a color variation, that brand experiences renders a certain monopoly component in the market offer. So there may be large number of sellers, but each seller has some monopoly in this differentiated product, which is near homogeneous, is identical, but not really homogeneous. So therefore, interdependency of demand and supply conditions among sellers occurs. No individual seller is a price taker. He is able to command a variation in price because there are variations which the customers, specifically the niche or the exclusive customers, are looking for. In monopolistic competition, unlike in monopoly, there could be easier entry possibilities. The fourth one, the final one, is oligopoly, where you have got very few sellers. Best example of a oligopoly is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, where you have got a dozen plus countries acting together in deciding on the price or quantity of oil. So every seller has some influence on the price and the output. But rivals cannot ignore, because a move by one player either on the quantum or on the price will affect the rivals, and therefore the rivals are aware of this. A demand is elastic. If there is a reduction in the prices by any one player in the market, there could be a switchover of the customers to this competitor who has reduced the price. So therefore, firms strive to protect and maintain their market spaces and share. They compete with each other, but with due respect, by acknowledging the fact that if I have to protect my market share and my market space, I must ensure that I do not hurt my competitor, because any move by him will be detrimental to us, the market share. So therefore, the demand curve has a kink. There is a kinked demand curve in the case of oligopoly. More of that in the next, more of the kinked demand curve in the next presentation, which will be largely an explanation more of oligopoly. Thank you so much.